Hello everybody, I am Meenakshi Dubey and I am from Kotak Mutual Funds. Welcome to last part of our module Acquiring New Client. So today I'll be taking you through our last part of this module, which is part C. But as we do every time, before we see the new part, let us quickly revisit part B of our module. So in part B, we have seen the customer acquisition strategies, the approaches that can be adopted, the structured approach wherein you define the top category list and also the approach that you want to take. Also, clearly we also accounted the target, that is in terms of time and number. We also saw what are the potential categories that can be tapped and what are the top business models that we can use. Let us now move ahead and discuss about what is customer retention. So, customer retention is a new acquisition. As we have seen earlier, acquiring a new customer can cost 5 times more than retaining an existing customer. Increasing customer retention by 5% can increase profits from 25 to 95%, which is a marginal improvement. The success rate of selling to a customer you already have is nearly 60 to 70%, which indicates a very high success rate. While the success rate of selling to a new customer is just 5 to 10%. So you see the difference between selling it to an existing customer and selling it to a new customer. So that is what we are talking about, customer retention. Let us see what is customer churn. Well, if you see this picture, it clearly indicates that when a client moves out from your database due to any reason, it is like he's creating a hole in your pocket. And this is known as customer churning, because the investor keeps moving from one advisor to another advisor. Though this possibility is very less, but it will still harm us. Let us see what is customer churn. Customer churn represents that percentage of customers that peel away from your business and opt out of your products or services. It is also referred to as a customer attrition or turnover. If you have to see churning in past, first of all, let us see why is churning important. Customer churn is what motivates business to find and acquire new customers. So when you lose customers, you want to go out and find new ones. Am I correct? But historically, as business has experienced higher churn rates, they have also invested in more acquisition methods. These methods are new, but these are also expensive acquisition methods. Well, my friends, it's time to look at customer acquisition and customer churn in a new light. So, instead of using acquisition method to make up for customer churn, what if we work to decrease the churn altogether? For that, we need to have a new approach. What I am saying here is that customer retention is the new customer acquisition. So, instead of looking outward and onward for new customers to replace the old forgotten ones, let us propose that you look inward and work to retain the new customers by using new and improved customer service methods. As simple as that. Rather than looking out for your new investors outside, let us pull our old investors back. The flywheel concept helps us understand this very easily. Now, is what is that can actually hold back customer to remain invested with you? So, sales funnel, while the funnel is a handy visualization of how customers come to know and buy from your brand, it is lacking in one thing: how your current and past customers fuel your future customers. Now, if I talk about flywheel, if you see in the flywheel, customer is in the center and sales, services and marketing is revolving around the customer. So, if I'm trying to keep my customer happy with the services, marketing and sales, my customer will never go out. There will be no need for him to go out and look for the options in the market, which clearly says that when your business circulates around delighting and retaining customers, your marketing strategy starts to resemble a flywheel and not a funnel. Because what happens in funnels? You keep adding more customers, but through some or the other way, your existing customer keeps going out of your business. But if I keep the customer intact, surrounded by services, marketing, and sales, my customer will hardly get an opportunity to look out in any situation. So, this will easily help me in retaining my customers, and the need for looking out for new customers every day will be less. The need is definitely there because I need to increase my database, but the need will be less. So, the term flywheel describes the momentum you gain when your company revolves around your customers. In this, you see how the service portion of the flywheel links directly to the marketing. That's the customer retention in action, working to retain your customers. So instead of paying to replace lost ones, it is actually an acquisition method in itself. And plus, it is a cheaper one. Now, for all this, what we need to do is we need to continuously keep upgrading ourselves. So currently, you see, we need to have an upgraded version, because only then you add features of surviving competition. So let us see what and how we can upgrade ourselves. One of the ways of upgrading yourself is getting into multi-product selling. So currently we are into mutual funds. Maybe we can try to explore the sides of life insurance business, health insurance business, a real estate, and maybe some other products. What will happen is, even though I am moving and expanding myself from mutual fund to life insurance and other options, I am still here taking care of the investments only. Though definitely this is also upgradation, but what we are talking about is we are talking about getting into a specialized services like financial planning or a tax planning. I'll tell you why is it important. Let's say you have an investor who has a net worth of 50 lakh rupees. So when I talk about mutual fund, life insurance, health insurance, he give a particular percentage to me, maybe 5%, 10% or 15% if I'm lucky. But if I upgrade myself into specialized financial planner or a tax planner, he exposes his entire 50 lakhs to me, which I can allocate. Through this, I am in a better position to offer him services. In fact, I would say we need to take one step ahead and also be there for our investors when they need things like home loan, a personal loan, or a business loan. Definitely, we are not the person who can help the investor in with loans, but yes, we can always be the bridge between the investor and the institutions offering this kind of a loan. This way, I will be a one-stop solution for my investor, and I am sure we all are aiming at that only. Well, let us always also see what are the advantages of getting into a multi-product selling. The advantages are it gives me stability of business. It helps me reach more and it helps me reach more and more customers, giving me an option to offer more to the customers. Very importantly, it keeps me unaffected by the business cycles. One or the other line of business or one or the other option will definitely keep working for me. And I can have a focused approach for each and every options that I have selected. Going further, let us see the concept of 5 rings of buying insight. This is very important because this tells me how I can identify the things that is going into the investor's mind when it comes to buying my services and products. So the 5 rings of buying insight tells you what triggers the buyer's interest, that is the priority that he has, how they define the success factor, what are the barriers or obstacles that they see while purchasing your products and services, definitely the decision criteria, and it also tells me about the buyer's journey. Let us go ahead and see this. Now, when I talk about the priority initiative, the priority initiative reveals customers' action for your services. What causes certain buyers to invest in solution like yours, and what is different about buyers who are satisfied with the status quo, like they don't want to do anything? So definitely you will be in a position to identify that what works for which customers. When I talk about success factor, it reveals investors' expectation from your product. What operational or personal result does your buyer persona expect to achieve if he is buying your products or your services? The perceived barriers reveals concern about your products and services. The concern could be whether the buyer believe that your solution or company is the best option for him or not. There could be various factors that can make him believe or that can make him go against your product. The decision criteria reveals evaluation criteria on the basis of competition available in the market. This is the aspect of competing products, services, solutions, or company does your buyer perceive as a most critical, and what are their expectations from each. So typically what is the expectation of buyer from your company, from your solutions, from your products? Buyer journey reveals about who and what impacts your buyers. This insight reveals details about what are the things that the buyers evaluate before he comes to the decision of buying your products and services. Well, maybe in future we'll talk more about this. So customer acquisition is all about acquiring the right customer that stick around and help you acquire more and more investor throughout the journey. So this is all that we had in part C of our module acquiring new clients. Soon we will be out with our new module. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.